One of the more common questions that people ask has to do with willpower. A lot of people say things like, oh man, I would love to get in shape. I would love to get rid of this extra body fat, but I just don't have any willpower. Like, I see chocolate chip cookies and I reach for them without even realizing it. And before I even know it, I've gobbled down half a dozen of these amazing cookies. I just don't have any willpower. Ever heard anybody say something like that? Have you ever said something like that? So what do you do if you feel like you just don't have enough willpower to be able to release weight long term? So there are two things that have to do with that. Number one, willpower will only get you so far. You can only go off of sheer willpower for a short period of time, and unless you are crazy disciplined and just naturally self-motivated, willpower is going to fail you at some point in time. And the reason why is because there are 4 levels of motivation. And so the first answer to that is replace your willpower with what we call why power. There are 4 levels of motivation. The first level is what we call doing things at a social level of motivation, which is doing things because we should, or it's expected of us. There are people counting on us. Maybe our spouse decided that we were going to go on a diet, and I got some sunburn today. Do you see that? I'm looking a little, look a little red. Sorry, tangent. But this is things that we do not because we want to, but just, well, I should do that. I guess I really should avoid that brownie. I really should stop eating this cookie. I really should wake up an hour early and go jogging. But there's something not very pleasant about the word should. It's not a fun word. It's not a happy word. Like, I really should do that, but I don't want to. That's the thing about should. And that's what most people think of when they think of willpower. Like, okay, I really should just will my way through this diet. I really should get to the gym. And it doesn't last. That was one of my problems when I first started my journey. I would set my New Year's resolutions, my weight resolutions, and I would say, okay, this is my year. Okay, I'm going to finally get under 200 pounds. I'm going to finally get back to my ideal weight. And I would go to the gym, and my motivation would last about 3 weeks. And that was if I was really going strong. Usually not it wouldn't last even that long. And then my willpower began to wear off, and I would end up going to the gym, and about 5 or 10 minutes into my workout, I would just go, I don't want to be here, nah, and I would leave. And because I was motivated at a social level, I thought, well, I should go to the gym, but I didn't really want to. I wouldn't go back to the gym for like a week or two, and after that time, by that point, I would finally kind of wake up, right, and go, wait, what did I just do? And I would stand on the scale, and my weight would be right back up to where it had been. And I had sabotaged myself. Do you ever sabotage yourself? Well, it would happen to me. And that's what happens when you just try to willpower your way through things at a social level. The next level of motivation is what's called a consequence level of motivation. And that's doing something to either gain a reward or avoid a punishment or some type of negative consequence. And a lot of people try to release weight at a consequence level. They have that major medical scare, right? Their doctor tells them, hey, you better drop these 50 pounds, otherwise, something crazy drastic is going to happen, and they don't want that to happen, and so that's kind of their wake-up call. And for some people, that's great. For some people, that's what they need. They need that really massive negative consequence if they don't change, or they need some sort of major positive consequence if they do change, right? Some people are like, ooh, I really want to look good in my bathing suit when I go on this cruise in 3 months or whatever it is. My wedding's coming up, and I really want to look good in my tux or in my wedding dress or whatever it is. And so they want to gain some sort of positive reward for dropping the weight or for doing whatever it is that they're hoping to do. Unfortunately, these two levels of motivation don't last. And usually, once the challenges hit, once maybe they hit a plateau in their weight, maybe they go to someone's party and they're serving their favorite treat, that's when the willpower wears off. And that's when the sabotage begins to take place. What we want to do is replace our willpower with why power and lead with one of the top two levels of motivation. The third level of motivation is doing something at what we call an agent level, which is doing something because you genuinely want to, you enjoy it, you love it. For example, why do most people eat ice cream? Do people eat ice cream because, well, they really should eat that ice cream? I mean, their boss is counting on them to eat that whole tub of ice cream. And no, of course not. Did their parents say, now you eat that whole tub of ice cream or you get no broccoli? No, are you kidding me? We eat ice cream because we enjoy ice cream. At least I do. I love ice cream. It's one of my favorite desserts, right? People eat ice cream at an agent level, at least in most cases. Because we genuinely love ice cream. We enjoy it. What if that process of slimming down could be very, very enjoyable? What if we could get to the point where we absolutely loved going to the gym, where we found exercises and workouts that we wake up in the morning and go, oh my word, I can't wait to get to the gym and actually do that? What kind of difference would that make? And the top level of motivation is doing things at what we call an agent level of motivation. Or, excuse me, charity level motivation. Agent is the third level, charity is the top level. And that's doing something out of genuine, pure love. Love for yourself, love for the people that you're here to serve, love for family, love for children, grandkids. You want to be around for them as long as possible. You want to be able to pick up your kids and play with them. You can pick up the grandkids and play with them. You have this genuine love. That's the level of motivation that mothers go through when they do natural childbirth. You know, they go through all this time of, in a lot of cases, immense pain and agony because they genuinely love this child that they haven't even physically met yet. I mean, okay, yeah, they have because the child's been in their body for 9 months, right? But you get what I'm saying. Replacing your willpower with a why power can make all the difference. And so that's tool number one. It's, again, leading with the agent and charity level motivators and then just reinforcing with the social and consequence level motivators. It's not that the bottom two are bad. It's just, again, you want to lead with the agent and charity level motivation and then reinforce it with the other two motivators. And so that's where accountability partners come in. That's where setting rewards and consequences for yourself for completing your workouts. That's where those can come in. Again, it's not that they're bad. It's just you want to lead with the top level of motivation and then reinforce it with the other two levels of motivation. That's the first tool. The second tool is being able to retrain your brain utilizing a tool called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. NLP is a way to literally retrain your brain to automatically work for you instead of against you. Now, some people say, well, wait a second, that sounds like mind control. Okay, if you're putting in your own suggestions, that's not mind control. That's just retraining your brain. Most people's brains are trained to automatically work against them instead of for them. And here's the reason why. It's scientifically proven that the subconscious mind is designed, its main purpose is to keep us alive. And so if it deems anything as a threat or as something that's going to be painful, it's designed to try to avoid that to, again, keep us alive. When we start to get rid of body fat, the subconscious mind believes that process is going to be a threat to us. And so the subconscious mind automatically goes, puts up these red flags and goes, wait a second, we aren't humanly designed to release this extra fat. We're designed to put on extra body fat in case of a famine, in case, hunters can't go out and get food. That's what the subconscious mind is designed for. And again, it's great that it keeps us alive, but at the same time, it's not so great if we want to thrive. Does that make sense? Neuro-linguistic programming is a way to, again, kind of retrain our minds in order to work for us instead of against us. And so, going back to my example of going to the gym, this happened for years and years, and I would always start and fail these diet and exercise plans because my subconscious mind was designed to sabotage my progress. It wasn't until I learned NLP, actually certified as an NLP practitioner back in 2017, and I decided, hey, I've helped all these other people with NLP. Why not use it on myself? And the thought went, oh, there's an idea. Okay, let's try this. And so there are several different types of NLP. Some of them are for replacing negative habits with positive ones. There's actually a type of NLP. There's an NLP tool that you can use where you can actually retrain your brain. It only takes about 2-3 minutes to dislike foods that you no longer want to like. For example, if you you have that one food that where like if you could just stop eating that one food, you would drop weight like crazy. You can actually do that with NLP. Like I said, it only takes like 2 or 3 minutes, and you can literally retrain your brain to no longer like that food. That way it's not a temptation anymore. And so that's one of the things I did. And then I also had to retrain my brain to automatically finish things whenever I start them. And when I was getting started, I wanted to build up as much momentum as possible. And so I would do really long workouts. Some people's bodies do really well with high intensity, short duration. My body, at least as I was getting started, did really well with low intensity but very long duration. And so I would do sometimes 2-3 hours of cardio at a time, just low, slow duration, usually on the elliptical machine or on the treadmill. And as you can imagine, this got pretty old pretty fast. And there would be times when I'm like, okay, is it time to quit yet? And I look at the clock, it's like, no, we're only 10 minutes in. I'm like, ugh, I've still got an hour and 50 minutes of this just today, come on. And utilizing NLP, I was able to retrain my brain that I am a finisher and that I finish literally everything that I start. And ever since then, I have never once cut a workout short, ever. It's been well over a year and over 75 pounds later. And it has made all the difference. And so if you've never experienced NLP, we actually have some NLP tools and resources available in our Enjoy Yourself Thin group. Just ask about it, or you can send me a private message and I can tell you a little bit more about it. I can show you where you can go. I could refer you to an NLP practitioner in your area. Obviously, you can come and talk to myself or one of the other NLP practitioners within my company, Feel Well, Live Well. Or if you come in for one of our metabolism weight reduction assessments, we can actually test and see what forms of NLP your body would respond the best to, and where you can go from there. And whether you choose to do that with us, or you choose to do that with an NLP practitioner by you, it can make such a difference for you. It has for me. And so again, those are the two tools. If you feel like you lack willpower, number one, replace your willpower with why power. Number two, utilize NLP to make that process automatic. I love that word, automatic, because that's what NLP does. It just makes it automatic. Instead of you automatically reaching for that cookie or reaching for that brownie or that soda or whatever it is, you retrain your brain utilizing NLP to automatically reach for that glass of water. Automatically, instead of stress eating, you automatically go for a walk around the block or do 20 jumping jacks, whatever it is that you want to automatically do to replace your negative habits. And so again, why power instead of willpower, NLP to make the process automatic. Begin your transformation today. As always, if you haven't joined the Enjoy Yourself Thin Facebook group, make sure to do so. Make sure to invite your friends to join. It's totally free. We have amazing content that we're releasing on a regular basis, almost every day, and this amazing support group. And there's a chance to win cash prizes. We're giving away over $1,000 in cash prizes to some of our winners. And so it could be you. And so love you. Thanks so much.